In a world where fame and fortune often go hand in hand with lavish displays of wealth, imagine a world where the measure of a person's worth is not determined by the size of their mansion or the number of zeros in their bank account, but by the strength of their character. What compels these A-listers to swap luxury for a life that's refreshingly ordinary? Get ready to chuckle as we explore the quirky choices of Hollywood's most relatable stars who live like they are poor. Keanu Reeves. We have all had dreams of how we would live if we ever get rich beyond our imagination. But here's Keanu Reeves, who has all the riches and still lives a regular life. Keanu Reeves, the Canadian actor known for his roles in iconic films like The Matrix and John Wick, has an estimated net worth of $380 million as of 2024. His wealth primarily stems from a successful acting career that began in the 1980s, with notable films such as Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Speed, and Point Break. However, it was the Matrix trilogy that catapulted him to superstardom, with earnings from the franchise exceeding $200 million across its installments. But if you think it has been all rosy, you've got it all wrong. Reeves experienced a tumultuous upbringing after his father left when he was just 3 years old. Raised primarily by his mother, who had to relocate frequently for work, he faced instability that contributed to his grounded nature. He has endured profound personal losses, including the death of his close friend River Phoenix from a drug overdose and the tragic loss of his partner Jennifer Syme, who died in a car accident after suffering a miscarriage. These experiences shaped his worldview, fostering a sense of empathy and humility. He has often expressed that such tragedies have made him value life and the people in it more deeply, steering him away from a flashy lifestyle. Despite his immense fortune and tragic moments, Reeves is famously known for his modest lifestyle. He resides in a relatively simple apartment in Los Angeles, rather than a sprawling mansion, which is a stark contrast to many of his Hollywood peers. This choice reflects his down-to-earth nature. He often prefers the comfort of a cozy home over the ostentation of luxury living. Rumors suggest that he even shares his living space with a few houseplants, perhaps having heart-to-heart conversations about the meaning of life. When it comes to cars, Reeves is not one to flaunt his wealth. He drives a Honda Accord, a reliable and practical vehicle that suits his humble persona. While other celebrities might be seen in flashy Lamborghinis or Ferraris, Reeves opts for a car that won't draw too much attention. It's almost as if he's saying, "I'm rich, but I'm not here to make you feel poor." However, his love for motorcycles shines through with his ownership of Arch Motorcycle, a company he co-founded that specializes in custom bikes. This passion for motorcycles showcases his adventurous spirit while still keeping things grounded, and despite his celebrity status, Keanu Reeves chooses to do things differently. He is not afraid to watch a movie alone, and does not oppose chit-chat with random fans with his astonishingly humble behavior, which has made him become a legend. Chauffeur Ronnie Sunshine retold this particular story of his modesty on the New York Post's page 6. According to the driver, Reeves waited quietly outside in the rain prior to his own rap party for his film, Daughter of God, in 2014. The driver recalled Keanu was really patiently waiting. The driver said, "I don't think he said anything to the bouncer like 'I'm Keanu.' No one recognized him. Keanu looks very ordinary. It was raining, but he just waited for his two friends to come. He didn't act like he had money." The club owner later confessed that he had no idea that the actor was waiting outside, given his quiet demeanor. Reeves' modest lifestyle allows him to focus on what truly matters: giving back. He has donated millions to children's hospitals and cancer research, often without seeking recognition. His generosity is legendary. For instance, he once gifted a substantial portion of his earnings from The Matrix to the film's crew, ensuring they were compensated fairly for their hard work. When asked about his wealth, Reeves has been quoted saying, "Money is the last thing I think about." This attitude is refreshing in an industry often consumed by materialism. He believes that the joy of acting and the opportunity to work with great artists far outweigh the financial rewards. Jennifer Lawrence. Imagine a Hollywood superstar who, despite her Oscar-winning fame, chooses comfort over couture and stays refreshingly genuine in a world of polished personas. Jennifer Lawrence, often referred to as America's sweetheart, is known not only for her incredible acting talent, but also for her refreshingly down-to-earth personality. Jennifer Lawrence shot to fame with roles in The Hunger Games and Silver Linings Playbook, where she not only earned millions but also snagged an Oscar at just 22. Being one of Hollywood's highest-paid actresses, with an estimated net worth of $160 million, is testament to her hard work and incredible success. But let's be real. If you think she's living like a queen in a castle made of diamonds, think again. After a shocking breakthrough, you'd think the next logical step would be to buy a mansion with 15 bedrooms, install gold-plated toilets, and maybe adopt a pet tiger. But Jennifer didn't go that route. Instead, she lived in the same modest two-bedroom apartment she had before hitting it big. Even when she upgraded, it was to a relatively modest house in Beverly Hills. Modest by Hollywood standards, at least. Her home was previously owned by Jessica Simpson, but don't let that fool you. It's more charming than ostentatious. One of the most famous anecdotes about Jennifer's modesty involves a couch. After her Oscar win, she decided to treat herself to something nice, a new sofa. But instead of splurging on some designer monstrosity, she spent $25,000. Okay, that might sound like a lot, but in Hollywood, where people blow that much on a night out, it's practically thrift shopping. She's joked about it, saying that it was the most luxurious thing she's ever bought, and that just looking at it makes her feel like she's living the high life. And when it comes to cars, Jennifer has also kept things simple. While her peers were zipping around in Ferraris and Lamborghinis, Jennifer was content driving a Volkswagen EOS, a convertible that's more girl next door than Hollywood diva. She eventually upgraded to a Chevrolet Volt, a plug-in hybrid that screams, "I care about the environment and don't need to overcompensate with a fancy car." In an industry obsessed with fashion, Jennifer Lawrence's approach is refreshingly unpretentious. She's been known to recycle outfits, a cardinal sin in Hollywood, like that time she wore the same dress to different events. The horror, she's joked in interviews about how she doesn't really care about fashion and has said that when she's not working, she's happiest in sweatpants, hanging out with her dog. She's also famously awkward on the red carpet, often joking about how uncomfortable she feels in high fashion. Remember the time she fell at the Oscars? Twice? Once while going up to accept her award, and then again on the red carpet the following year. Instead of brushing it off, she laughed at herself, further endearing her to fans. When it comes to furnishing her home, Jennifer Lawrence isn't above a trip to IKEA. Yes, even with millions in the bank, she has been known to shop at everyone's favorite Swedish furniture store. She's joked about her love for IKEA, saying that she enjoys assembling the furniture herself, though one can only imagine the Oscar winner cursing at an Allen wrench while trying to put together a Billy bookcase. But perhaps the most telling sign of Jennifer's grounded nature is her commitment to charity. She's known for donating significant portions of her wealth to causes she cares about. She founded the Jennifer Lawrence Foundation, which supports organizations like the Boys and Girls Clubs of America and the Special Olympics. She's also been a vocal advocate for gender equality, using her platform to speak out about pay disparities in Hollywood. In a town where celebrities are often more famous for their extravagant lifestyles than their work, Jennifer Lawrence stands out. She's joked about how she's terrible with money, but maybe that's because she's not interested in blowing it on things she doesn't need. She's more interested in enjoying a simple, genuine life. Whether that means eating pizza in her pajamas or spending time with her family in her hometown of Louisville, Kentucky. So, while other stars are busy buying private islands or gold-plating their iPhones, Jennifer Lawrence is content living like a regular person. Well, a regular person who happens to have an Oscar and a few million in the bank. But that's what makes her so relatable. She's the superstar who's just as happy on her couch as she is on the red carpet. The actress who could buy anything but chooses to live simply. And in Hollywood, that's nothing short of revolutionary. Leonardo DiCaprio. Picture this: a man who has survived a sinking ship, battled a bear, and even danced with wolves, yet chooses to live in a way that's refreshingly down to earth. Leonardo DiCaprio is a Hollywood heavyweight with an estimated net worth of $300 million. That's a lot of achievement for a guy who famously played a character who let go of a perfectly good door in Titanic. You'd think with that kind of money, he'd be living in a mansion made of solid gold. But nope. DiCaprio prefers to keep it low-key. He owns a stunning home in the Oriole Way compound in Los Angeles, but it's not exactly the sprawling estate you might imagine. It's more of a, let's keep it classy but not ostentatious vibe. After all, who needs a 20-car garage when you can just have a few eco-friendly cars and a private island in Belize? Yes, you read that right. He owns an island, which is a bit more extravagant than a modest lifestyle. But hey, it's for environmental conservation. Speaking of eco-friendliness, DiCaprio is a passionate environmental activist. He's been known to use his wealth to promote sustainability, often investing in green technologies and supporting climate change initiatives. You could say he's the ultimate save the planet poster boy, proving that you can be rich and still care about Mother Earth. In a world where some celebrities are more concerned with their latest luxury handbag, DiCaprio is out there saving polar bears and planting trees. When it comes to cars, DiCaprio has a collection that includes brands like Lamborghini, Ferrari, and Audi, but he's not the type to flaunt them. You won't catch him revving his engine in a flashy parade. Instead, he's probably cruising around town in something eco-friendly like a Tesla. His real estate portfolio is impressive with properties worth millions, but he's also known for selling homes at a profit. He sold his Malibu house for $11 million, making a cool $10 million profit. It's almost like he's playing Monopoly, but instead of buying Boardwalk, he's buying eco-friendly properties. DiCaprio's philanthropic efforts are legendary, donating millions to various causes including wildlife conservation and climate change. In fact, he's raised over $80 million for charity. You might say he's the Robin Hood of Hollywood, always concerned for the poor. So while he might not be living in a gold-plated mansion or cruising around in the latest sports car, Leonardo DiCaprio is living a life that's richer in purpose, impact, and authenticity. And in Hollywood, that's worth more than all the Oscars in the world.